Friday, December 27, 2019, day trading recap. So I was in and out of a stock twice today, which I don't normally do, and I'll get to that. It was QGEN, which had a big day, I think, yesterday, which I wasn't trading yesterday. I decided not to trade day after Christmas, was relaxing a little bit, so I took the day off. And I think it was good because I looked at some of the stocks that were popping in the pre-market yesterday and that were moving at the open, and I think I probably would have made a mistake or two, or at least not done anything those first 15 minutes, which I've been trading more and more now. I've had so much more success this month, or so much success in general this month, trading early in the day, which I normally don't do. So yesterday I took the day off, which was good, but today I saw a few opportunities. One was a losing trade. I set my stop too tight, learned my lesson, and then I got back into the trade, which is something I normally don't do. Usually once I get into a trade and it fails on me, or I play it wrong, I kind of ignore it because it's like a bad taste in my mouth. I don't want to go back to it because I feel like it's going to hurt me again, and I feel like it's just I'm playing makeup. But the opportunity seemed to be there, so I said I'm going to get in, and I did, and I was able to recover my losses and make a little bit of money on the trade. So I'll get to QGEN in a second, but Rite Aid was big today. You see on the daily candles, it's been going crazy lately. Look at this nice move up over the last week plus. And then today it gapped up a lot. I think it closed yesterday at 1919, and it gapped way up into the 20s. So I was thinking about getting into that stock. Here's the problem I had with it. If you look at the open, look at the pre-market. It was moving along the pre-market, dipped below VWAP, got above VWAP here. This could have been a nice area to get in because it broke above VWAP, had a down red candle, but then held VWAP at around 2186, and it went all the way up to 2127 within a couple minutes. But it was tough because the spread wasn't big, but it wasn't tight. It wasn't a cent or two. It was usually around 3 or 4 cents, I think. So it was a little tough to play. But here you could see it was drifting back to VWAP by the open. At the open, it had a little bit of a sort of an indecision with a top tail and a bottom tail. But then here was the problem. In this first 5 minutes, right here at the second minute, it basically broke that opening range, the 1 minute opening range, but it was moving so fast. It was at 22:30. I wanted to get in, but I had no idea where to set my stop other than right below VWAP, which would have been like a 40-cent stop, and I just couldn't stomach that. That would have been too much for me. But in turn, it eventually did move all the way up to 23.88. So if I had reduced my shares and played it that way, I probably would have been a good play. This 1 minute, look at what it moved up over $1 in 1 minute, right? 9:30 open, a little bit of indecision, then boom, up $1 from the low here is 21.93 and the high here is 23.09. So over $1 in this 1 minute. So you could have tried getting in here, seeing if you can ride that momentum. And if you did at 23.08, you would have had to set a stop below like over 30 cents again. And then you would have gotten rewarded with maybe about an 80-cent gain. But it's just tough to play. I mean, I like this. I think eventually maybe I'll try to start playing these stocks when I get a little bit more comfortable with these kind of plays. But it's moving too much. It's just too fast for me. So I just didn't take it. But if you did, congratulations, because you got a nice little move at the open, and it started to regress later on, and now it's back up above a couple moving averages. It's right at VWAP right now. Actually, right now seems like an interesting level. If it holds VWAP here, it might be interesting play for another long, because it's got VWAP here, the purple line, and then it's got the 200 moving average on a 1 minute chart right here. It's not as important later in the day. These moving averages usually are more important on the bigger time frames. So you can see on the 5 minute chart it's way down to around 20, but right here it's about 22. Not as important as VWAP, which on any time frame is going to be the same because it's volume related. So Rite Aid, yeah, it's a lot of plays in there. You probably could have played it all over the place, but it's just too much for me. It's like, see, it's kind of not too spready, but it can get up there. It's got 4 cents, 5 cents. So it was a tough one for me. See, this looks like a long right here for me. Right here, almost coming up on 11 o'clock. It's busting above VWAP, came back to VWAP, and then a little bounce again off of it. See how it behaves here. If it breaks 22.67, could make for another nice long up to the 23, 24 area maybe. But I took QGEN, and the reason I took QGEN is originally I took it right here. You can see In the pre-market, it wasn't moving much, but when you look at the daily chart, you can see that it dropped a ton yesterday. So I wasn't watching it. I wasn't doing anything yesterday. So it dropped a ton, but then it recovered. So I had a lot of volume and recovered. So I was looking for continuation, and it did gap. It closed yesterday at 32.91, and it opened today at around a little above 33.50 in that area, 33.50ish. So it was gapping, and it had a huge drop the day before. So the stock was in play. So it popped up in my pre-market scan, which I'll show you my Trade Ideas pre-market scan. I think if it's still there it is. It's still there. This is what I use to set my watch list for the early part of the day. On the 1 minute chart, I was taking notice of it right at the open. So what happened? So it started to make a little bit of a move above VWAP before the open, then it broke below VWAP before the open. So at 9:30 it was below VWAP already. Had a little bit of a crazy action here, 2 red bars and then a green candle here. This is not smooth, but again, the early part of the day, I'm looking for scalps. So then I had a big green candle that broke above VWAP and above the 200 moving average on this 1 minute chart. And I got in right here at 33.70, what was it, 33.71 decimals, 33.71, basically 33.72. And then I got a huge big couple of red candles down that stopped me out. Now, I got out 33.57. That was my stop range to begin with. I said if it gets 15 cents below where I got in at 33.72, I'll get out. I got out right at 33.57. It kept dropping further, but it didn't get any further below 33.47. And then it bounced off that. So I set my stop too high because you could see what it did the rest of the day. After I got whipped out, it made a move back above VWAP, back above the 200 moving average, and then all the way up to 34, which was, I think 34.02 was my original first target area from getting in at 33.72. So I wanted it to go up 30 cents. Also in the pre-market, if you look at the pre-market range here, the high of the pre-market was 34.01. So I was looking for it to get just above that 33.02, and it eventually did do that. So always keep note of when you set your stop too tight, because those are trades that you can learn from. You learn when you're setting your stops too tight, when you notice that you're getting into the stock maybe at the wrong spot. I got in here at a surge because I thought it would continue up, but I should have been waiting for it to regress back to VWAP and hold VWAP and then get in right here in this area. Same price, but look at this movement here. It's holding VWAP. It's holding the 200 basically. That's where you get in. So I did actually. I re-entered here close to 10 o'clock. I got back in at 9:59, just like a few seconds before 10 o'clock. Got in again at 33.77. Had a little bit move up. Then it fell back to the 200 moving average, but held it. Fell back again. Started getting nervous. I almost took my shares out here at break even, but I held on. And then it got close to my target, which was right around that same area, 34 again. And I got out at 33.98. So from 33.77 to 33.98. And you can see it did continue higher. I didn't have any shares. I took everything out. Again, it's close to the end of it's vacation time. It's kind of a crazy time to be trading because you got Christmas in the middle of the week, you got New Year's in the middle of the week next week, and then the end of the year. So I'm just trying to keep things nice and tight until the start of next year, where I'll be probably trading a little bit more larger positions. I'll be trading a little bit larger positions now that I'm comfortable making these kind of trades at the early part of the day. So you can see I did get out before my main target area, which was 34, but not by much, 33.98, pretty close enough. And then it busted above there and then came back down. So I don't know what it's going to do the rest of the day. If you look on the 5-minute chart here, it's still holding VWAP. I would say if you're still in shares, I would set my stop right below this area at 33.88 because it looks like that's where its support level is right now, 33.87, which was there was this tail in the pre-market that got all the way up to 34, but really it was this 33.87 level that it was trying to break above. You could see that's where I had my trouble here. Got up to 33.87, fell back. Got up to 33.87, fell back. So when it broke above 33.87 again, you knew it was going to keep moving. So you could have gotten in here at 33.90 and taken a 30-cent basic little surge here from 33.90 to up. But I was already in here and got out here. So happy about that. Recovered my losses from that first trade and then made a little bit money on the second one. So happy about it. QGEN, nice one. We'll see what happens the rest of the day, but I'm done. I'm not gonna push it now that it's Friday and it's holiday, holiday week. Gonna wait until next week. Take it real easy on Monday and Tuesday, especially Tuesday, which is New Year's Eve. Not a half day, still full day on New Year's Eve, but you got to be real careful with trading, because there's just not. There's going to be some stocks in play, and focus on those that you can find in the pre-market. Focus on those ones that have some volume and are moving. Don't push anything else. It's just not worth it. And that's it. So hopefully everyone had good trading. Rite Aid, if you had that one, nice move. A couple others that I looked at. PDD was another one early in the day. No volume, but it popped up briefly because it had this. It's probably a block trade, maybe 74,000 shares. But then you could see at 928, that's when I really took notice of it, because I had a little bit of a green bar above the 200 moving average, and then had like a red bar ignored almost here at 39, whole number. I would have gotten in. I was looking at getting in maybe around here, 39.15. It did pull back to about 39.04, but then all the way up to 39.42. So you could have gotten almost a 30-cent boost on this one before it fell apart and kind of drifted all the way down again. But now it's back above VWAP. So again, a lot of these stocks are kind of recovering late in the day, or I shouldn't say late in the day, late in the morning. So PDD I was looking at, VRNA. This was very active in the pre-market, but the spread was too much, and it was moving too quickly for me. But if you got into this one right at the open at 974, you got it all the way up to 1286. That was something. So PDD, VRNA, AMD was another one. I traded it the other day and I kind of misplayed it, but it had a down day. You can see here at the open, it had kind of like a 1 minute opening range breakdown from 46.70 down to 51, and then eventually made its way all the way down to the 46.30 area, but a little too whippy for me. Alright, so hope everyone had a good week. Merry Christmas, and we'll be back next week with some more trades, hopefully. Good luck.